Alma Aguilar, and I'm here to persuade you. I'm going to talk to you about that. How the central idea is about getting enough sleep, how it helps us increase alertness and memory function. Sleep also helps us to lower daily stress and to avoid cardiovascular disease. I would like to persuade the audience about why we must get enough sleep. I'm going to show a video, a 3-minute video, and then I'll come back. So what is sleep? What is sleep? Sleep is naturally recurrent state characterized by the reduced or absence of consciousness, relatively suspended sensory activity, and inactivity of nearly all voluntary muscles. A lot of times we don't get enough sleep, especially as being students. We have to take finals, or we work, and we have to tend to our children, some of us that have family, and we just did not make sleep part of our schedule. So it's important because it does cause a lot of health problems. Okay, I based on my experience, when I don't get enough sleep, at least 8 hours of sleep, I'm moody, just in a bad mood, I'm not alert, I make a lot of mistakes at work, and I do tend to just want to lay in bed and eat a lot. So He talked a little bit about the hormone and how the levels rise, which means that your appetite is stimulated, so you want more food. And so you need to believe that getting enough sleep, the hormones leptin or balance, which helps us to prevent overweight or obesity. There's 100 million Americans that are not getting enough sleep. This leads to many health problems and day-to-day problems such as lack of judgment and not being able to concentrate. Driving, you know, when you're sleepy, like a drunk driver, it's almost like driving drunk. 1/3 of all drivers will fall asleep while driving at least once in their lifetime. 100,000 police reports crashes are the direct result of driver fatigue each year. This results in estimated 1,550 deaths, 71,000 injuries, and $12.5 billion in monetary losses. These figures may be the tip of the iceberg, since currently it is difficult to attribute crashes to sleeplessness. Falling asleep at work has also cost companies $18 billion in productivity. So, not getting enough sleep is something that I'm sure we all are guilty of. At least once in our lifetime, I'm sure we did that. But this lack of knowledge can be seriously dangerous. Inadequate sleep affects ability to concentrate in school or at work, your judgment while driving, your social interactions, and retards growth. Adults between 18 and 29 are much more likely to drive while drowsy compared to other age groups. So getting the proper amount of sleep can be accomplished in a few easy steps, and the rewards far outweigh the excuses we use. It is recommended that you receive 8 hours of sleep each night, but the amount of sleep is different for each person. The amount of sleep you need should be right around 8 hours. Many people say that they have too much to do with work, school, and children. For that, they may do fine with very little sleep. But research shows that people do not do well with very minimal amount of sleep. He talked about, there's a lot of symptoms that sleep deprivation causes. One of them, of course, is sleep apnea, in which you may stop breathing during the night. Restless leg syndrome, in which inactivity causes a tingling and crawling sensation in the leg, is another problem. We need to act now to save ourselves from health disasters. The more we understand about how much sleep affects our bodies, the better we can take care of ourselves. There is no replacement for lack of sleep. The only way to solve the problem is to get sufficient sleep each night. Thank you.